Okay, everybody. So, hello, welcome. This is weird. I don't normally make videos like this on my music channel, but let me know if you guys like this. I do want to continue this with all my favorite artists. So today we're going to be ranking Katy Perry's songs coming from me as, a songwriter and as a musician. And also just a huge Katy Perry fan. Now, when I say that, I think that it's important that we all remember, you can be a fan of someone and not like everything that they've done or put out or whatever. So, I did change the names of these over here. We're going to do Iconic, S tier, Love This, A tier. I do like it, B tier. I wouldn't skip this if the album was on, I wouldn't necessarily search this song, but I wouldn't skip it if I was listening to the album. And then this one's not for me, D tier. And then I haven't heard this one, because especially this one, this has a lot of unreleased songs, and I haven't heard some of these. But this has definitely inspired me. Some of these I want to go listen to, because especially it looks like there's some pre-fame stuff. Well, not pre-fame necessarily, because it looks like some of this might have been like MySpace days. I think she was on MySpace, right? Am I just imagining that? Anyways, I do really like Katy Perry. I've been there since You're So Gay and I Kissed a Girl. And that album in general. But really love Katy Perry, so if I put your favorite song in This One's Not For Me, this one's just not for me. I'm sure some of them that I put in S tier or A tier might not be your favorite either. And it is okay. We can all get along, please. And let's go ahead and get started. Is my audio recording? Yes. Okay. I'm assuming that this first row here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's 10. So I'm assuming that this is her Christian album. I didn't even know you could find it online. I don't know if you can now. I know you couldn't before. I wouldn't honestly want to anyways. No shade. But yeah, we're going to put this all in. Haven't heard this before because I haven't heard that album. And we're just off on a really interesting foot here because all of these pre-released songs, I'll look at the titles as we put them in. Box, I haven't heard. Better Half of Me, I don't think I've heard. The Driveway, I haven't heard. It's Okay to Believe, I haven't heard. Diamonds, I don't think I've heard. Psycho Love, I don't think I've heard. Speed Dialin', I haven't heard. Takes One to Know One, I haven't heard. Long Shot, haven't heard. Simple, haven't heard. Wish You the Worst, I have. I do like it. Hook Up, I haven't heard. Girl Next Door, I haven't heard. Weigh Me Down, haven't heard. The First Time, haven't heard. Use Your Love, I'm kind of between A tier and S tier for this one. Is it iconic or do I just love it? For me, I'm the type of person that I like listening to an album all the way through. And I think just because of that, because this wasn't on One of the Boys, I think I'm going to put this in Love This. And I know that's a weird thing for just me personally. I know it was a cover, I believe. I don't know who did it originally, but I do really like that song. She did a really good job at it. Am I? Oh, okay. The text on the One of the Boys is kind of hard to read on some of these, but we'll be fine. One of the Boys, I think that might be my least favorite on the album One of the Boys, honestly. I'm going to put that and I wouldn't skip this one. I do like the song to an extent, but I don't think I would ever specifically go look and listen to that song. Also keep in mind with Wish You the Worst here, I literally just listened to it for the first time, because when I pulled this tier list up, I was like, what are these songs? And I went and specifically searched that one because the title stood out to me. So I just heard it for the first time a few minutes ago, so that's a fresh take that might change later for that song. I Kissed a Girl, iconic. I remember when that came out, I remember hearing it on the radio for the first time and being like, whoa, what the fuck? And this is going to date me so much. I had one of those stereo things that had like a cassette player in it, and I probably had a blank cassette tape already in it. I don't know how I would have done it this fast otherwise. But I used to listen to the radio all the time, and I'd have my speakers in the window and be sitting outside and listening to them. Anyways, that song in particular, I remember running over to the stereo, pushing record really quick on my cassette tape, and then listening to it on my cassette tape back a bunch. It was just so iconic to have a song about something gay related like that on the radio. Thinking of You, for me, that's one of my favorite songs of her. I think I'm going to try to keep them in order too, even in the tiers of in between each other. Waking Up in Vegas. Do I put this in Love This or I Do Like It? I think I would put it in Love This, but I think I'm going to put it below Use Your Love. I do really like that one. That one's iconic as well. Thinking of You is just really sad and emotional for me. And so I probably don't listen to it as much anymore. At one point, it was my most listened to song of all time because I used to use Last FM to track my listens. Anyways, the next one, Mannequin. Do I put this in Love This or I Do Like It? I think it's kind of gone down over the years to I Do Like This. Maybe it's in Love This. I feel like we're gonna have so much from this album in Love This though, but that's okay. If I do love it, I love it, and I do. You're So Gay. I think I'm gonna put I Do Like It. Like, especially when it first came out, I really liked it, but like now that we've had just so much great songs from her, it, kind of moved down to more, but I do like it. I don't know how much I would specifically go listen to that song, though. I would, but not as much as some of these others above it. Hot and Cold, iconic. If You Can Afford Me. I think I'm going to put that I love it, but a little bit above Mannequin. Lost. I think I used to would have had it higher maybe, but I'm going to put it in I Do Like This, and I'm going to put it at the top of that one. Self-Inflicted. I'm going to put this in Love This, and I'm going to put this at the top of that. I really like the song Self-Inflicted. It is really raw. It just feels different. It's one of the most unique songs in her catalog, like, compared to each other. You know what I mean? It's probably, off the top of my head, the most rock-sounding song that she's done. I'm not saying it's a rock song, but I'm Still Breathing. I think I'm going to put it in I Do Like This. I'm going to put it above Lost. Fingerprints. I think I'm going to put it at the top of I Do Like That. I almost want to put this in I Love This, but I can't even tell you how many times I have went and listened to that song in particular. I am an album listening type of person, but that's not a specific song that I would seek out in her catalog. But if it came on when I was listening to the album all the way through, I'd be really into it. I do like that song. Cup of Coffee. I'm going to put this in Love This, but I think I'm going to put it above Mannequin, below If You Can Afford Me. I Think I'm Ready. I'm going to put this, and this is the deluxe edition, so technically that would be my least favorite on the album then, but I really wish Black and Gold was here, unless it's somewhere down here, or maybe I put it in this, no, I don't think so. Because Black and Gold was on one of the versions of the album somewhere, I can't remember where, but I had a burnt CD back in the day that had that on it. What even is this? Winter Songs. I don't like Christmas music, so if that's what that is, I have never even heard of whatever this is. I don't even know what that is. Does she have a song called Winter Songs? What is this? I don't know what that is either. I feel like I should know what that is. Starstruck. Is that by 303 featuring her? I don't remember it, honestly. I feel like I have heard it. I can't see what it says, so I think it's by 303 featuring her, but maybe I'm thinking of a different song. These two I don't even know what they are either. Timbaland, if I ever never see your face again or something like that, or if we never meet again, if we ever meet again. Yeah, this one's not for me. I think there's a couple reasons for that. One, I just was never into it at the time it came out. Didn't even really hear it that much when it came out. I am the type of person that I like listening to an album all the way through. And I don't know, it just kind of feels disjointed from her discography for me. And that one's just not really personally for me. So One of the Boys is obviously an album that I really enjoy. And like, we're comparing Katy against herself when I'm tiering these. I'm not like saying comparing it to other artists overall. Because if I was comparing, Lost to another artist, I might put it higher. So, okay, the Teenage Dream album. Teenage Dream is iconic, but where? I think I'm going to put it below I Kissed a Girl, above Hot and Cold. That was like, it really, I think it's because I was a teenager at the time that song came out, but it really gives teenage energy. I don't know if the song actually does, or if it's just personal things, but it does for me. Last Friday Night, I'm going to put this, and I do like this. I'm going to put it above I'm Still Breathing, below Fingerprints. I think for me personally, I do like the song. I think it was a little overplayed at the time on radio when it came out. And I think I personally listened to it too much when it came out. And so I just don't find myself reaching for that song really anymore. But California Girls is iconic, but I'm going to put that below Hot and Cold. It is iconic, but I'm going to get so much shit for this one. I think when the album came out, I did like this, honestly. But the very definition of overplayed for me is Firework. Nothing against Katy or her songwriting or her vocals, anything else. But that song was just way too overplayed for me. You would turn on the radio for like almost a decade after, you would just hear that song on the radio. I feel like every time you turned it on, at least in my area. Probably not everywhere, but no shade to her. Doesn't change how I feel about her. But Peacock, honestly iconic. I know that might be a little controversial. Maybe not. Is that a general consensus of people liking Peacock? I don't know. Circle the Drain. Honestly iconic. I remember when that came out as a promotional single, and actually, I wonder if I can get it up on my phone here real quick. While I'm doing that, The One That Got Away is my favorite song by her, I think, of all time. So we're just going to have to put that one right on up there. Circle, yep, I sure do. I still have the, this is the promotional single cover art for Circle the Drain. So I still have that on my phone. I hope it never goes away because I don't think you can get that again. I don't know for sure, but I've been very careful to keep that on my phone. E.T. the same thing. I do have the promotional single. The album version I'm going to put in iconic as well. I think above Hot and Cold. Who Am I Living For? I don't think this is controversial of a thing, right? I'm going to put I Wouldn't Skip This, but I'm going to put it at the top. I wouldn't skip it, but I wouldn't seek it out either. Pearl, I'm going to put in I Wouldn't Skip This, but probably at the bottom. Hummingbird Heartbeat. I'm going to put this at the top of I Love This, because I do. It's a really great song. And then Not Like the Movies. I'm going to put this at the bottom of I Do Like It. I do like it. And then the, what was it called? Complete Confectionery Collection or something like that. Part of Me. I think I'm going to put this in I Love This. I think I'm gonna put it under Use Your Love. And then next up, oh, that W in Wide Awake there is like wild. I was like, what the fuck does that say? Wide Awake, I'm gonna put this in Iconic, I think, but I'm gonna put it at the bottom of Iconic. And that's just because it's a little overplayed for me. I don't think it was necessarily at the time, but in my personal life, people in my circles have always listened to that song too much, and I think I've heard it a little too much, although it is iconic. Dressing Up, I'm gonna put this in I Love This, but I'm gonna put it at the top of I Love This, I think. And then, is this next one controversial? I don't know. E.T. featuring Kanye West, this one's not for me. I'm going to put it at the bottom. Actually, I'll put it above Firework. Yeah, I don't like him in the song. He ruined the song for me. Not a fan. Last Friday Night with Missy Elliott. I'm going to put this in I Wouldn't Skip This, I think, but at the top. Because I don't think Missy Elliott ruined the song per se. I think I would just rather hear it without her. I don't like the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, I think it starts with Missy Elliott's verse. And I just don't like the way that order goes. But that's just to me personally kind of thing. Honestly, I've never listened to this because isn't that by John Mayer? I think. I'm pretty sure. And I have feelings about John Mayer. Okay, this next one might be a little controversial too. I'm gonna get so much hate from Katy Cats. It's okay, I love Katy Perry, so hopefully you won't be too mad at me. But Roar is kind of overplayed for me too. I think it might be below Firework. It's not for me. I didn't dislike it when it first came out, but also for me too, I feel like Katy Perry started this thing, for me personally at the time. It started with Firework because Firework was so successful. And then I felt like she kept trying to write songs in that same lane. Maybe she just really enjoyed it. Maybe because her label wanted her to write it. I don't know the reason. It doesn't really matter. I just feel like after Firework, we just kept getting, and we got them on her first album too. It's not like it was new for her. I just don't really like self-empowerment songs like that normally, really. So, I think it's just a personal taste. I don't really like self-empowerment anthems. They're not bad. Just not for me. Legendary Lovers, though, I honestly used to would have put this in I Love This. But I feel like I don't listen to Prism as much as I used to overall. I feel like it was really good at the time for me. And once I kind of left that era, I never really went back to it that much. I'm going to put Legendary Lovers at the top of I Do Like It. Birthday, I'm going to put... maybe at the top of I Love This. Walking on Air, I'm going to put this behind Last Friday Night featuring Missy Elliott, and I wouldn't skip this one. And I know that's going to be controversial. I don't know if it sampled someone or what. I don't know if it was the voice or maybe the way it was mixed into the song, but the Tonight thing over and over again was a little too repetitive for me personally. No hate to her. I just didn't really like that sound in the song. I think if that wasn't in the song would be higher for me. I just find myself never like specifically going and listening to that song. Unconditionally. I think I'm gonna put this in the bottom of Iconic. 'Cause it is. It's pretty iconic. Unconditionally. Yes. Slay Queen. Dark Horse. I think I'm gonna put this above I Kissed a Girl in Iconic. I think the thing that makes it so iconic to me personally is her performance of that song I want to say it was on the VMAs, but it may have been the Grammys or something, where she's like, it's like very witchy and there's like cauldrons and they're like using broomsticks or something like that to dance with, I think. I really liked that performance. It really brought the song to life for me. This is how we do. Wasn't this song controversial at the time it came out? I don't really remember why though. I do really enjoy the song though. I think I'm gonna put this in Love This, but I'm gonna put it behind Hummingbird Heartbeat and above Self-Inflicted. I do really like that one. International Smile. I don't know if it's because this one's track A or what, but this isn't a bad thing. This is good. It really kind of reminds me of If You Can Afford Me from One of the Boys. I don't know why though, because like sonically I don't think they're really that similar, but yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of just have similar feelings to that one, so I'm going to put this right behind If You Can Afford Me. Okay. And then Ghost. I think Ghost might be iconic, honestly. I really do like that song. It's honestly a little too emotional for me to listen to. You know, sometimes you just like have a song that it doesn't even have to be the song itself that's emotional, although this one is. But like when you just like relate to it on a personal level, it can just sometimes hit a little too hard. And then we have Love Me. Honestly, I know this is a self-empowerment anthem. And like I said earlier, those normally aren't really my thing. But I'm going to put this, and I do like it. Because I do. I'm going to put this above, not like the movies, though. And then This Moment. I'm going to put it also, and I do like this. But I'm going to put it above Lost and behind I'm Still Breathing, I think. And then Double Rainbow. I'm going to put this at the bottom of Love This because I do really like it. By the Grace of God, I'm going to put it in... This one's not for me. Well, no. I think the only thing that saves it enough for me to put it, and I wouldn't skip this one, is because I want to say it's in the bridge. No, actually, it's not the bridge. Maybe it's like the pre or post chorus. Obviously, I haven't listened to this one this much because I have to think about it. But I think it says something about, I looked in the mirror and I decided to stay. Wasn't going to let love take me out that way. So for me personally, I don't really like the religious themings. Nothing against her or that she shouldn't have done that or anything. You know, of course, you know, she's a musician and artist and she should be able to make and do whatever she wants. But that theming for me personally isn't it for me personally. So, Spiritual, honestly, I only heard it a couple times and I never really cared for it. So I'm going to put it in This One's Not For Me. I don't even remember what it's about at this point. Maybe I would like it more now as an adult listening to it. So maybe I'll have to revisit that one day. But the physical CD I have isn't... Was that a digital deluxe or something at the time? I don't know why, but the physical version of the CD I have doesn't have the last 3 songs here on it. Anyways, speaking of the last 3 songs not being on it. Oh, it's here. It's just out of order on Witness. I was like, why isn't the deluxe edition for Witness here? Okay. Anyways, It Takes Two. Oh. Honestly, I'm going to put this in Iconic. I know that's probably a little controversial, but I'm going to put it above E.T. and below Teenage Dream. I really like It Takes Two. And honestly, Choose Your Battles is going to go in Iconic for me too, but I'm going to put this one above Peacock and below California Girls. I really like that one. Okay, this is going to be such a long video. I hope you guys are here for the ride. We know how I feel about self-empowerment anthems. So I'm sorry to anyone that this is your favorite song, but Rise is not for me, and it is going to go to the bottom of that category. I really don't have anything else to say about it. I've only heard it a couple times. And yes, some of them has been recently, and I still don't like it. Like I said, no hate to her, but just not my thing. Witness. Am I going to get in trouble with this? What do I want to put Witness in? I'm kind of torn between two categories here. I think I have to think about what I've already put in the categories too, because yeah, I think I would put Witness in I Love This, but I'm going to put it behind International Smile and above Cup of Coffee. Now, I know that some people, that's in their iconic tier, and you go ahead and pop off Queen, I Can't Snap, but you live your best fantasy. It's not a fantasy for you. It's your S tier. It is not my S tier though, but it is a really great song and I do like it. And Witness in general was just so it received so much unnecessary hate at the time, like commercially and stuff. I know it still did well. Like people always like compare like Witness, for example. People compared it to Teenage Dream, and it's like, okay, but it wasn't Teenage Dream. If that had been her debut album, it would have been considered successful still. You know what I mean? Like Tsunami. I'm going to put this one's not for me, but I'm going to put it at the top of the category. It's just not for me. I didn't like that one. I think that's the one that had like, I'm assuming the water noises that I'm thinking of in my head. I only heard it a couple times and it just was never my thing. Bon Appetit. I'm going to put this in I Love This, but where? I think I'm going to put it above This Is How We Do and behind Hummingbird Heartbeat. Is this a controversial opinion? I wish she wouldn't have released that as the second single. But, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I think that there was other songs on there that would have maybe done better, but I wonder, honestly, you know how sometimes artists don't get to make certain choices and like the record label forces them to do certain things. I wonder if she is satisfied with, because as long as she's satisfied with it, that's all that matters. I wonder if she's satisfied with the single choice in the single choice order from Witness. I hope she is. I hate that when record labels like force stuff like that. Bigger Than Me. Honestly, that one's not for me either. I'm gonna put it above Tsunami though. Save as Draft. That one's gonna go right into Iconic, and it is gonna go probably above Teenage Dream and behind I Kissed a Girl. I really like that one. I love it. Is so cinematic and so well produced and well written. And then the oh my god. I can't remember it now all of a sudden. I remembered it right until I got to that point of my sentence, and then I like forgot this like part of the song that I was wanting to say. The like where she takes a really deep breath. It's like so emotional the way she does it. Hold on, I gotta listen to the song so I remember, because it is such a good song. Okay, it was So I Take a Deep Breath, and then the deep breath, and then I Save As Draft. Okay. I don't know why that left me as soon as I got to that, and that bothered me because that's obviously one of my favorite songs on that album, and it made me kind of mad inside. Okay. Pendulum. Is this going to be controversial? This might be controversial. I'm going to put this on Iconic. I really like Pendulum. I think I'm going to put it above Circle the Drain and below Peacock. Okay, and then Into Me, You See. I'm gonna put this at the top of This One's Not For Me. It's just not for me. Obviously, so far out of her albums, this one's had the most of those, but like I still do obviously like the album. Like I think those might be the only three that end up in that category. Maybe there's a fourth one, but I want to say that's it though. I'm doing a quick scan through of the rest, and I'm pretty sure that's all of the album that's going to end up in that category. Okay, Dance with the Devil. I'm going to put this in I do like this, but where? I'm into album person. I had the physical album back in the day, and I didn't have the deluxe version. I think it might have been one of those delayed releases where it wasn't physically released for a while or something, or maybe it was only in certain countries. I can't remember, but yeah, my CD didn't have it though. I'm gonna put this above I'm Still Breathing and below Last Friday Night, I think. Yeah. Act My Age. I'm gonna put this in I Wouldn't Skip This One. I'm gonna put it above Walking on Air and below Last Friday Night featuring Missy Elliott. And then we have Hey Hey Hey. I think I'm gonna put this in I Do Like This, but where exactly? I think I'm gonna put it below Legendary Lovers and above Fingerprints. Okay, and then Roulette. I think I'm gonna put this in the bottom of Iconic. It is kind of iconic to me. I know that's not a common take. I don't think I've really seen any Katy Cats like root for Roulette the way I do, but I really like Roulette. It's a really well-made song. It gets me just going. Okay, and then we have Swish Swish. I think I'm gonna put this in I Love This. I'm gonna put it, I think, above Dressing Up and below Birthday. Okay, and then Deja Vu. I'm gonna put that one in I Love This. And I'm gonna put this one at the top so far. And then we have Power. I'm gonna put this in I Do Like This at the top. And then we have Mind Maze. I'm going to put this in I Wouldn't Skip This One. I'll put this at the top of the category. I mean, I think that anyone could guess as to why it's in that category for me. But for me personally, it's just the vocal modulation that happens during the chorus. It kind of gets on my nerves after a while if I listen to it too much. So, like, I would never seek out the song, but if I'm listening to the album all the way through, that's not one I would skip. Miss You More. This one's a really under-talked about song, I feel like. I'm going to put this one in Iconic, I think. But at the bottom of Iconic. I think it's a really under-talked about song. I think it's a really great. You know, it's funny. I didn't realize there would be this few of One of the Boys in Iconic. I thought there would be more than that in it. Maybe I need to revisit that album again, since it's our first one. Chained to the Rhythm is going to be an Iconic as well, of course. I'm going to put this one, I think, above Dark Horse and below Thinking of You. That was really like a big moment for me when that song came out. Well, really a big moment for all of us. I remember seeing her perform that where the Constitution was going behind her. I think at the Grammys, I want to say that was. It was a really good performance, though. Okay. Since this one's featured, I don't think anyone's going to get too mad about this. Feels is not for me. I'm going to put this probably above Rise but below Spiritual. Dear Evan Hansen. I don't even know what that is, honestly. I should know what that is, but I don't. Immortal Flame, I think that says. I don't know what that is either. Cozy Little Christmas. I don't like Christmas music, so I've never heard that. And then this one, I've seen people talk about. I think it's called Con Calma or something like that, right? But I've never heard it. 365. I think that it's really underrated. It's an iconic for me. But where an iconic? I think honestly above California Girls and behind Hot and Cold. I think I kind of want to move Hot and Cold up to above ET. Actually, I kind of want to move Hot and Cold up to above Teenage Dream. Okay. We'll keep that one there now. Okay, and then Smile. I'm talking about the album overall. I'm just really thinking about how I want to tackle this album because I feel like I'm going to get some hate for this. Before we get into Smile and 143, let me just briefly say overall how I feel about these two albums. For me, the highs on Smile are really great, and then the lows are really low for me. So it's a very mixed album for me in that respect. Whereas 143, the highs aren't as high, but the lows aren't nearly as low either. So that's how I feel about these two albums before we even get into them, just so you know what to expect. Never Really Over, that one is iconic for me. I think honestly it might go above Change of the Rhythm. I really like Never Really Over. Cry About It Later. I think I'm gonna put it at the top of I Wouldn't Skip This One. So like I have a playlist on my phone of the album because there's so few songs that are high up on this album for me that I just have the songs that I like, or at least, like this song. It's not a bad song, I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't specifically go to listen to this one, but in my playlist of that, because I like listening to like a collection of songs like that at a time, I listen to it in that case. Just like Teary Eyes, I also only listen to that in the playlist. Daisies, I do really like that one. I'm going to put that one in Love This, but I'm going to put it... I'm going to put it behind Waking Up in Vegas and in front of If You Can Afford Me. And then we have Resilient. I have heard it because I've listened to the whole album all the way through. I'll put it in This One's Not For Me, and I'll put it there, I want to say, if it's what I'm thinking that it is. Not The End of the World. I'm going to put this in I Wouldn't Skip This One, but I'm going to put it above Behind By the Grace of God and below Pearl. And then Smile. Oh, I'm going to get so much hate for this one. I don't like self-empowerment songs, though, as we've discussed throughout this video. So it shouldn't come as a surprise, really, that this album is where it is, because I feel like a lot of songs on this album are self-empowerment themes, or at least that's how the album feels to me. So I'm going to put this one in This One's Not For Me, but where? I think I'm going to put it above Firework and below E.T. featuring Kanye West. For anyone joining in this part of the video too, E.T. featuring Kanye West is the version featuring Kanye West, not E.T. And Last Friday Night, the same thing with that. That's the remix featuring Missy Elliott. Anyways, Champagne Problems. This one's going to be iconic. I really like this one, but where an iconic? Honestly, this one's like surprisingly played a lot for me. Surprising in terms of I don't think that was a single, right? It's like I feel like such a random song for me to be into so much, but I do listen to that all the time, even still. So I'm putting it in iconic above Save His Draft. Actually, no, behind Save His Draft, because Save His Draft is really iconic. Okay, so now it's above. Oh. Yeah, that's fair. It's behind Save Draft and above Hot and Cold. Okay. And then Tucked. That one's going to be iconic for me too. I do really enjoy this one. See, this is what I mean. It has so many iconic, well, not so many, but it has several iconic songs. Love this songs, you know. And then the opposite end. But where is it gonna go in iconic? I really love the. I don't know if it's called a music video or if it was supposed to be a lyric video, but basically the music video of the broccoli and the candy in bed. I really like that. I'm gonna put it above ET, and behind it Takes Two. And then Harley's in Hawaii. Okay, we're ranking the original song, so I'm gonna put this above Dance with the Devil and behind Last Friday Night. Now, if I was to do the remix, like the Candy remix, I think it's called, or something like that. Let's see, Harley's. Oh yeah, Candy remix. I do really like that one, like spelled Kandy. That would maybe be a little higher, but the original version of the song I'll put, and I do like this. Only Love. This one's not for me. I'll put it behind Resilient. What Makes a Woman? I will put that one, and I wouldn't skip this, I think. Actually, no. I'll put it at the bottom of I Do Like It. Because I could see myself specifically going and listening to that song. Although normally, typically, I do listen to it in the playlist that I have for that album. And then Small Talk. I thought that one... Did that one actually end up on the album? I thought that one didn't end up on the album. Small Talk, though... I'm gonna put this in I Love This, I think. But where exactly? I think I'm gonna put it above Bon Appetit and behind Hummingbird Heartbeat. And then Never Worn White. This one's not for me. And I'm gonna put this, I think above Feels but behind Spiritual. And then High on Your Supply. I'm gonna put this one, and this one's not for me also. So basically you can see what my playlist for the album is. I don't have, like 5 of the songs on it, which was big a deal at the time for me for a Katy Perry album, because up to that point I've always, really enjoyed, at least to some extent, for the most part, like everything on her albums. So, like, most of these songs are like remixes or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, that was an interesting experience for me. What even is this supposed to be? Is that electric? I don't like electric. I'm gonna put it below Rise. Let me see something, actually. I'm curious. Okay, just to fill in context of what I just went to do. Something about the song to me feels off with electric. And it almost feels like it wasn't even written by her. But it does list her as the top songwriter. But there is also a lot of songwriters listed for it. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Something about it just doesn't connect with me. I honestly don't even remember what it's about. But maybe it felt a little too... I don't really like cinematic songs. Or like songs that would be in a musical. And that kind of gives that a little bit to some extent. So maybe that's what my disconnect is. But yeah, it's just not for me. All You Need Is Love. I'm going to put this in I Wouldn't Skip This. But I'm going to put it probably at the bottom, honestly. It wasn't on an album and I am an album person. When I'm Gone, that's iconic. It is going to go above Never Really Over and behind Thinking of You. Okay. And then where we started, I don't even know what that is. I feel like fake. I feel like I should know what that is. Woman's World. They're just really like starting it there with 143, huh? Okay. Woman's World. Let's respect each other's opinion and agree to disagree. No hate to Katy Perry. I love Katy Perry. No hate to anything that was released in the past with Dr. Luke as a producer. But for me personally, Dr. Luke being on that song and what that song's supposed to be about, I can't support that. I still will listen to 143, obviously. But that one, nope, I won't listen to that song. I do skip that song. So that's why it's there for me. It's not the song itself. It's just, can't do that. Gimme Gimme. I will put this in, I do like it, I think. And I will put it above Not Like the Movies and below Love Me, I think. And then Gorgeous. I will put this, I think, behind Gimme Gimme and above Not Like the Movies. Now, I'm aware that I think... Did Dr. Luke produce this entire album? I don't know. It was more about, like, that being the first single and what that stood for. By the way, just for context, because I feel like there are other songs on this album, if not the whole album, I don't remember off the top of my head, that was produced by him. And it's not just that it was produced by him, it's a lot of factors put into it. So, yes, I am aware that some of these other songs, if not all of them, was produced by him as well. I'm his, he's mine. I think I'm going to put this in I Do Like It, and I'm going to put it above Harley's... No. I'll put this at the bottom of Love This. No, I'll put this at the top of I Do Like It. Crush. I'm going to put this in I Do Like It as well. I'm going to put it above Gimme Gimme and below Love Me. Lifetimes. I'm going to put this in I Wouldn't Skip This One. And I'm going to put it... I'm going to put it above By the Grace of God and behind Not the End of the World. And then All the Love. I'm going to put this in I Love This. And I'm going to put it behind Birthday and above Swish Swish. Nirvana. I'm going to put this one and I Love This as well. And I'm going to put it above Witness and behind International Smile. Artificial. I'm going to put this at the top of This One's Not For Me. I almost venture to put it... Would I skip it? If it's what I think it is, I think I would skip that one, honestly. Truth. Let me see something. Okay, Truth I'm going to put at the top, I think, if I wouldn't skip this. I had to listen to the song again just to make sure, because the album is somewhat fairly new still. Not, like, super new, but, like, new enough I was like, wait, what is that song again? Anyways, I've been making so much music this year, I haven't been able to listen to as much music. So, I've been falling behind on, like, new releases and stuff. Actually, this came out last year, apparently. That's where my year's gone. And then the next one, Wonder. I think I'm going to put this behind I'm His, He's Mine, and above Power, and I Do Like It. And then we have the deluxe edition songs. Let me go take a quick listen to those again. I know I've heard them before, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. Okay, so... I feel like all 4 of the songs from 1432, like the deluxe edition of 143, I feel like all of them either has elements of the self-empowerment thing that we've talked about before that I don't normally like, or is like a version of that, a flavor of that, like kind of gives that vibe a little bit, even if it's not really. So, honestly, all of these are going to go in not for me. Okay is going to actually go below Woman's World. And it's funny, too, because if it wouldn't have happened in Okay, I probably would have liked it more. I think it might have been a sample. It might not have been. I don't know. I haven't looked at the credits for this album. But the Hey, it's going to be okay. Like, the way that that's delivered, something about it I don't like. It just feels very self-empowerment and, like, in a way that, like, bothers me. So, yeah. That is where that one goes. And then these other ones, I honestly don't even know what this is. So, I haven't heard these. I don't know what they are. Although it looks interesting, honestly. I need to go... There's a lot of unreleased stuff in this I haven't heard this category to go listen to. Like, everything here I want to listen to. And then all of these I want to listen to, too. And then these two... I think Brick by Brick... No, because that's Brick by Boring Brick that Paramore did. I was going to say maybe it's a Paramore cover, but... especially these, though, I want to listen to. And I want to listen to these at some point, but... I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you think. What your, like, biggest agreements or disagreements are with me. Maybe I have an underrated song in my iconic category, and that just brings you joy and happiness. Anyways, what is your absolute favorite Katy Perry song? Would you even be able to pick? I know it's hard to... Before you're making a tier list like this, especially, it's hard to pick. I have always told myself, because of the music video, especially for the one that got away, I've always told myself that would probably always be my number one for her, and it has stayed my number one for her. I absolutely love that song. I like how it's funny, too, that she's had, 6 albums? No. Well, we're not including the Christian album when I say that. So we've had One of the Boys, Teenage Dream, Prism, Smile, and then 143. So just 5? Oh, I guess it is technically 6, including the Christian album. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Anyways, other than When I'm Gone here being thrown in as a single, there's at least one song from all albums here at the top. That's funny. Which album has had the most songs in my iconic category? Prism has 5. That might be the most. Well, no, Witness has 5 too. And then Teenage Dream has 5. Technically, Teenage Dream kind of has 6 with Wide Awake, but not really, because that was the complete confectionery. Wow, we have a 3-way tie between Prism, Teenage Dream, and Witness. Obviously, I have liked at least something from all of her eras. I've liked all of her eras. And yeah, hopefully I didn't piss anyone off too much, but at the end of the day, this is my opinions, and I don't know, just doing it for fun. I love seeing other people's opinions of my favorite artists like this. So I'm never going to rank an artist that I don't really love most of their catalog like this. You know, like I said before at the beginning, I actually don't have that much in This One's Not For Me, but like, even though I have these here, you know, they, at the end of the day, I'm not saying, oh, these are awful songs. They're just not for me. I don't personally dig them. Or I wouldn't skip this even. Like, I would even listen to these, obviously. I wouldn't skip them, but, I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you think, and I will see you all later. Bye. Oh, and then also, we're on my music channel, so I'm not sure when this will get posted, but my 3rd album, inspired by Aqua, is coming out soon, so might want to check that out, hopefully. Thank you. Bye.